This is task 1E part 6, where you're asked to show evidence of how you are going to hide the data after the end year. So if you have a look at what the question's actually asking you to do. The end year here is 2028 in this example. So what we want to do is we want to hide all the data after 2028. Now, one of the ways to do it is use a series of if statements that wrap around each of these formula and functions. But that means having an if statement for every single one of them, and it gets a bit tedious and it's open to errors. Basically, you would say if the year has not reached 2028, then display it, otherwise display blank. What we can do instead is use conditional formatting to hide the data, or in this case what you're being asked to actually do is make the data red with a red background, so it just appears red. So what we would do is we need to highlight the area that we're going to apply the conditional formatting to. Select conditional formatting and we'll create a new rule. We're then going to select use a formula to determine which cells to format. Now what we want is all the cells up to the year that is within that proposal year, which in this case at the moment it's 2028, we want them to be viewable, but after 2028 we don't want them viewable. So we're going to focus on those that are after 2028. Now because we've highlighted these, we can make reference to the first cell, and anything we say regarding the first cell will apply to the whole column. So we want to look at a formula, so we have to start with equals. And we're going to look at B2. Now I can't say year column because for some strange reason it doesn't work in conditional formatting. It's one of those things that we just find out by trial and error, or your teacher happens to mention to you. And we're going to say that B2 is going to have to be greater than the end year. Okay? Now if I was to do it this way and select that, it will put in the full formula. Or what I can do is I can just type in end year, because it will make reference to a single cell. Now at the moment that will only work for this column. So when we apply this, well, I'm going to show you what happens when we apply it. So we'll leave it as that. And we're going to change our text to red and change our fill to red as well. And we'll see what happens. There you go, you can see everything where it's greater than 28 has done it, but it's got a bit confused around all of these ones. Now the reason is because we said B2 is greater than. That then went to B3. But then when it got to this column, it was now applying to C2, C3, and then D2, D3. What we still wanted it to do was apply to column B. So we need to make sure that column B is set as absolute in ours. So if we go to manage and we'll edit this rule and we'll change this so that B is always going to be absolutely column B, $B2. If I click on OK now and OK again, you can now see it's applied that down here. Now I forgot to do the red text, so we'll just go back. You can see how easy it is to manage these rules. We just edit the rule, change the formatting, go back to the font, red text, click on OK, OK again, and now we can see that's gone red. Now let's just check it works. Let's change the year. Let's say that was 2026. Does it still work? Yes, it does. What you will spot though is that you're getting these error marks. Now these errors are due to the problem with it when it gets past a certain number of years, it can't then put any data in there, and therefore it's got nothing to look up and the band comes up with an error. All you've got to do is highlight the first one of them. They're very difficult to see because of the green on the red here, but just highlight them all from the first one, set ignore error, and then they'll disappear. Okay, change it back to 2028 and that is absolutely fine. That's the end of that part.